How's it going, guys? Welcome back to TheBlueShifting and welcome back to Mamiya. I don't even know what's going on anymore. So, my running theory is Mamiya, at least the entities that we know of as Mamiya, is somehow tied to the person who was in the dark, kind of like locked away room, who apparently took the fall for us so that we wouldn't be erased, at least not yet. Because, like, that person mentioned that they, like, had fallen in love with the story and tried to change things, and now, like, we have these weird fragments of Mamiya that Mamiya, Yumehisa is actually, like, identified as saying, like, parts of me, like, it's a fractured individual who understands what they are, has the trichiliocosm, which I'm guessing is the realm with the library, but, Natsumi hasn't really put that together, so maybe I'm wrong there, but it seems pretty silly. And then he was given directions to a book in the library, and when he got to the book, he found a gun in the book, in this, like, heaven space. So he has a weapon and can apparently potentially kill somebody, like, super kill them. And apparently he's rushed right back to Mamiya here, and we don't know what's gonna happen. So, yeah, let's just jump right in and figure out what on earth is going on. I thought you'd never come here again. The man smiled within the darkness. What's your plan? This story ends with them being taken to the trichiliocosm. That's the ending. No matter what wisdom you wield, no matter what you feel like you saved them, you can't actually go past that time. Huh. As long as you're a spectator, you'll never be able to save your friends. That's not true. I may not know what happens after the ending, but that's information that not even you have. They can be happy even without me. They have the power to do that. My resolute shout made Mamiya's eyebrows twitch in irritation. You still continue to spout that naive nonsense. You really don't understand anything. You think they'll just lead happy lives when you leave them? The fact that you can't drop this optimism is the reason why you... I found it strange that he would raise his voice like that. However, it only lasted a moment, and he quickly regained his crescent smile. The two eyes above it pierced me harder than ever before. You do actually understand, right, Natsumi? His black and green eyes bored into me. I felt genuine unease. Understand what? The strength of his words made me stagger. I couldn't rely on anyone. He made me feel as though someone as useless as me would just fall into the darkness of hell. The meaning behind the actions you took before the end credits? Huh? You know where you tried to take them? And you know where the trichiliocosm is. Stop. You know what you are. You really do know, don't you? A moment later, darkness came over my eyes. What the fetch is going on? It's loud! The Mamiya's all collapsed. Blood spurted out. Within rain. Within a bathtub. Within the city. Within the sea. Who killed? Who cornered them? Who was responsible? Whose malice crushed them? Whose benevolence brought about their end? I had a feeling about this. I had known it all along. What is happening? I merely averted my eyes from it due to the other factors. Long before Mamiya ever asked me. I'd known it since the time I died. It was obvious what the trichiliocosm was. I knew where I would return. If the trichiliocosm was the place where people went after death, the place where Natsumi went after dying, then that library with its countless books. Alright then, let's go to the trichiliocosm where Mamiya is waiting for us. Alright then, let's go beyond that light. Was the very same trichiliocosm Mamiya always spoke of. No! I didn't know that! You do. I don't. You're the same. We're the same. No! No! I grabbed my head and writhed in agony. My brain ached, refusing to accept his words as truth. No, I didn't know that. I didn't intend that. I wanted to save them. The fact that the happy ending would lead to the same place where Mamiya, where this man was taking them. I don't! I shouted, hoping it wouldn't make the headache go away. However, my feelings and my brain accepted his words as the truth. Within my fading consciousness, I gently moved my mouth. My flesh alone seemed to reject this truth. If it stopped resisting this, I would be consumed by this darkness. Natsumi, you did good. For a clueless, foolish puppet of a spectator, that is. So, let's end this. Don't get in the way of the story we wish for. There's nothing you can do about it. You yourself had no choice in this, did you? Oh boy. Within the darkness, I felt the weight of my unresponsive body. I did work hard. For someone who's so pitiful, I did reasonably well. Why not just rest? Perhaps he was right. I certainly was feeling a little tired. No matter how hard I tried, their happiness drifted further and further away. The more I struggled, the more alone I became. It might be a good time to just rest and look at the scenery. Yeah, you did well. You've done enough. What an enticing voice. I could hardly resist it. A gentle, peaceful land of harmony. I felt like I could see it right in front of me. Go on, take my hand. You should rest for a bit. Within my hazy vision, I saw his pale hand. I saw it as my only salvation. So, I don't know. It's a choice, but I'm pretty sure I know what the option is. We can't just accept his fate. We can't just accept that he's right, even if we've been in the wrong this entire time, which I do believe we've made some mistakes here. Obviously, we didn't know enough. We can't just accept what he expects us to, because we don't have to just be standing here and taking it. Don't take his head. No. No. I'm not like you. What? I was chosen. I uttered words not even I fully understood. My consciousness was still as hazy as ever. In my hand, I tightly grasped the gun I left behind by my senior. Its hardness made me snap back to my senses. I felt like I was holding his will. I looked ahead. Mamiya had left an opening, and I looked right at him. I'm not like you. I have friends I talked to. Friends who came to my funeral. Even if what I do is the same as what you do, I will make them happy. I'm not like you. After a brief silence, he let out a laugh. Big words, Natsumi! I felt very air tremble as a fierce gale blew at me. It blew away the darkness, and the blood on me vanished. Clouds drifted ahead with a small ray of light shining through. The moonlight from behind them accented Mamiya's outline. This man, Mamiya, ignored the gale and looked only at me. His gaze was stronger than ever before. The same way you do things for them. I, too, have to meet their expectations. The moment he said that, the clouds vanished, exposing the moon. I was shone with a golden tint and felt as vast as Mamiya himself. A shared illusion. That is what we want. A shared illusion. Very well, if you think we're that different. I'm challenging you, Natsumi. Let's see whose desires come true. Mamiya grinned at me. Yeah, I couldn't lose this. I had to do all I could to win against this man. Oh, look at that! Hero pose! I accept. No matter what you've plotted, no matter what you are, I'll use my iron will to save the people from your treachery. You can take that as a promise. I will keep denying the world you desire. I'm challenging you, Mamiya. Oh, the music. Oh, Avid. Third Friday. Okay. What are we supposed to do now? Okay. I feel like I made the right choice. Natsumi, have you ever been to Tokyo Tower? No, I've always lived in Tokyo. I did think about visiting it at least once, though. Tokyo Tower is one of Japan's symbols. I love the huge buildings, so I really like going there a lot. You're pretty tall yourself. Is that why you like huge buildings? I just feel close to them, you know? We were going to Tokyo Tower as we talked. Last Friday, we all promised to hang out as friends, and everyone had actually gathered on time for this. Okay, so take a quick break. That was a little dramatic there, but we're gonna jump in a bit what I think. Okay, so what I think is gonna end up happening. I think what we have to do is we have to find a solution that doesn't rely on us. That was the big fatal flaw we made with the endings we pursued. We were key and central to them being able to move forward, right? Like, they could move past Mamiya because we were there, but then we were going to abandon them. So they'd be falling right back into place, and Mamiya, if Mamiya wanted, could scoop them up, and even if he didn't, they likely would find similar ends anyway. But if we can make them be friends with each other, supporting each other in their own stories, that might be the key to victory here. So that's what I think we're going for. Whew, that was exciting. What are you so happy about, Natsumi? Oh, I'm just glad I got to meet you guys again. You're being weird. We can hang out whenever we want. I actually visited Marjika's place the other day. He had tons of rented DVDs. Didn't have anything better to do, huh? I had homework to do the next day, but he rented so many we had to pull an all-nighter to finish them. And? I had him help me. Come on, kanji literature's easy. It pissed me off how fast he was. Aren't you glad I was there? Anyway, we don't need to, don't be afraid to call on us. In fact, put me on high priority. Thanks. So, here. Oh, thank you. Hey, don't look at it now. I need to get back home first, right? Okay. That's me. Did you see that? Huh? Oh, no, sorry. I didn't intend to. You and I actually exchanged letters. Suo Kato talked to me in a whisper, making sure that Kokichi Ryo wouldn't hear him. Sorry, I should have whispered. Letters? Yeah, I insisted on it, and he actually gave one to me. It turned into a habit. I see. That's wonderful. The fact they were also doing this in this what if made me happy. Oh, right. Here, one to you. Here's one to you. Huh? Me? Surprised I took the letter he gave me. Can I read it? No. You need to read letters at home. Alright. Everyone seems to be having so much fun. Did my effort to push away Mamiya's impact a bit? What are you muttering? What are you muttering? Kikuchiro, don't just sneak up on me like that. I didn't intend to. You didn't forget why we came here, right? Huh? Well, we're here to have fun and grow closer. No. Were you even listening? Flowers. Flowers? We're getting flowers for Natsumi. You decided to give him flowers. That's good. No. It's not decided yet. It's just that there are lots of flowers, and as one that suits him perfectly, we might go with that. I've been thinking what flowers would be right for him, but I figured that we should look around the flower shops here too, not just the ones where we live. I see. Flowers, huh? I can't wait. Hey, let's split up for now. We're gathering here in the evening. Oh, hey, Natsumi. I hadn't told them that I didn't want to go to Tokyo Tower for a mere sightseeing. The pink house where Arisugawa and the other three lived, according to the descriptions, it was somewhere around here. I observed them many times, but I hadn't met them even once. That night, I faced Mamiya and told him I would save everyone. I now felt like I had to interact with them at least once. They seemed to be more intoxicated by Mamiya than my friends. For all I knew, they might just turn me away at the front door. Still, I'll do what I can. Alright. I was able to find the scene of the prologue to the story, the cafe that entered to take shelter from the rain. They meant the place they lived was also close. Excuse me. It was probably... I followed my memory to walk where they had. I took a right at the drugstore with the frog in front of it, then turned left at the park and kept going straight. Was there always a convenience store here? I became somewhat worried. Well, convenience stores pop up all the time, I guess. It should be okay. Convincing myself, I continued to walk. However, I found something that didn't match my memory. Am I really going the right way? But then I saw a temple that really stood out, and became certain that I was on the right track. Alright, I just have to keep going forward. Huh? The pink house from my memory. It wasn't there. Instead, all I saw was a plot of land currently for sale. What? Why? I opened my eyes wide and looked around. The house ahead, as well as the neighboring ones, were all exactly as I remembered them. In that case, where on earth did they go? Oh, Natsumi, welcome back. Where have you been? As I returned with drooping shoulders, I was welcomed by Tojo Minato. I went to visit some acquaintances, but they weren't in. Oh, did they move away? If they never mentioned it, that means you've just been cut off. You're not supposed to say that. Ow. It's okay, it's not like we agreed to meet. Thanks, guys. So, did you find any good flowers? You'll know when you see them. Huh? We bought some. Here. Marichika handed me a plastic bag. Huh? They're in here? Let's see. I looked inside and found a whole bunch of handheld fireworks. Fireworks? That's exactly the reaction I expected from Natsumi. But these are fire! As we looked around, we passed a Don Quixote and saw these. Man, DQ is great. We also got a bucket. We're gonna light them now? We didn't come all the way here to do nothing. But fireworks are pretty loud. There's a park nearby. Let's do it there. Don't you want to create memories with us? The question was just so... You're being unfair. Oh, look at that picture. Okay. There's a lot of good thumbnail material, but this has got to be the one. Look at this. Man. Mina/Minato. Rio. Marichika. And even Suo. Despite the fact that you creeped me out. Wow, amazing! It's so pretty! It's dry out, so things might catch fire. Be careful! Don't just stand there, come closer. Here, take it. Huh? I'll light it. That's scary. Whoa! Oh, there it goes. Ah! What are you so scared of? Have you never have you never lit handheld fireworks before? No, but it's pretty sight, isn't it? It sure is. I hesitantly looked up. Behind the colorful flames, the four of them were laughing. It's so pretty. I've always found winter prettier than summer. The air's cleaner, too. I'm honestly surprised more people don't like it. I disagree. It looks clean when it snowed, for sure. But most of the time, I've learned that, like, smog tends to, like, collect in the winter. Like, so it feels grimier to me. I may have just lived in cities too much, but they're like in Tokyo. Maybe they're just used to it. I don't know. But it's fun when you're the only ones enjoying such colors in winter. It's too cold to catch on. Come on, you're a grown man. Stop playing with sparklers and move a little. You'll warm up. But I don't want to move. Oh, I like to play sparklers too. Seeing the thing in Marchika Haruki's hand piqued my interest. It didn't seem intense, so I could enjoy it rather casually. However, as a first-timer, I didn't really know how to light and enjoy sparklers. Thankfully, there were some next to me who could help. Dang it, this cold. Why'd it have to be like this? Why did we have to do this in the middle of winter? Yeah. Would you like to light some sparklers with me? What? Nah, like hell. Alright, come here. Thank you. It's my first time with handheld fireworks, so I'm not sure how to play with them. I never really got to play with fireworks either. When I was a brat, I was told not to breathe the smoke. It's a good thing you can play with fireworks now. Is it? This is my first time too. They're prettier than I imagined. I'm also glad I got to light them with all of you. That's so. I'd been going in and out of the hospital. You? When you were a child? I can't even imagine. Oh yeah, I barely even went to elementary school because of that. And when I was in middle school, got so sick. I got hospitalized for a long time. I hated that. Still do. Boring days, the feeling you get of you getting left behind. It sucks. But there was one exception. I was only about 15. A certain nurse changed everything about me. Really? She was crazy beautiful, but at the same time, something just wasn't right about her. I could easily put her in a first place among most beautiful women I'd ever saw. That wasn't all. She was hiding something under that refined face of hers. It felt as though she was clawing at my heart. Mayuri. Wait. Holy crap, Mayuri! What? Starting today, I'll be your nurse in charge of you. Let's get along, okay? Sure. I'll change the IV. It was night at the hospital. The smell of sterilizer was the only thing I could pick up. It was always like this, and as the night advanced, my cough would gradually worsen. It was painful. I grabbed the sheets and clenched my teeth, but my violent coughing still wouldn't abate. God, that would suck so bad. I hate having a cough. Could you imagine one that was so persistent, like you literally could never escape it? The darkness had come for me. The pain and sadness were like waves. They came, then retreated. I couldn't breathe. I was gonna die. Haruki, are you okay? Oh. Within that lonely darkness, my nurse began stroking my back. It hurts. Here, it's an inhaler. You seem better. That's a relief. Thank you very much. Call me if you need me again. She stroked my back again. I was finally able to sleep. I walked around the hallway, dragging my IV around. Behind a corner, I saw my nurse. Her beauty had magic to attract attention even from this distance. Apparently, she was talking business with a doctor. Or was she? The more I watched, the less certain I was. Her alluring mannerisms, the movements on her lips, were they really talking business? The person she was talking to seemed to be really attracted to her. Feeling like I was watching something I shouldn't have been, I quickly went back the way I came. You were watching me, weren't you? Watching what? You don't need to hide it. I'm also interested in you. I knew it from the moment I saw you. She brought her face closer to mine. Her eyes were the color of a rich, loving whisper, and they were right in front of me. As she moved, she released the smell of sterilizer. It was a pure scent, reminiscent of death and resignation. You understand what I mean, right? I like the color of your eyes. Nigaki. Mayuri is fine. Light purple loneliness. I understand it as well. The nurse, Mayuri, smiled. Your loneliness? The discomfort you felt about me? Treasure them, Haruki. After that, the nurse, that is, Nigaki, began showing me expressions she hadn't given anyone else. I didn't know why this adult woman was so interested in a little brat like me. However, I felt that she needed me. You have a handsome face, so let me tell you of an easy way to live. An easy way to live? Seducing people is laughably easy. I love doing it. All you do is use your body, and people will act the way you want them to. Okay, great! This doesn't feel like grooming or anything at all. She chuckled as she said that. I gulped. I'd always been waiting for something like this. For colors beside white. Colors that would arouse me. I'll change the IV, Haruki. I had several nurses, and a different one had arrived to take care of me today. And she bent forward to change my IV. I took her hand. Haruki? She was confused for a moment. A few seconds passed, and then... I kissed the back of her hand. Hey, stop playing around! Playing around? Is that what it looked like? But I'm always serious. I was showing affection to women I didn't care about. It was both selfish and challenging. I felt completely absorbed by this contradictory feeling clawing in my heart. I did as the nurse had told me and did such things with any woman I met. Eventually, all the nurses that knew me would gleam with excitement every time they saw me. Seducing people is laughably easy. I love doing it. All you do is use your body, and people will act the way you want them to. I spent a lot of time at hospitals, and reading that was the only pastime I had. So what I was doing now felt like playing with fire. It was so fulfilling, it changed my view on life. Haruki? I know. I didn't care if they misunderstood my intentions. I just wanted them to do the same for me. See? You can do it. Women succumb to beautiful things quite easily. Isn't it usually the other way around? I hear you're really popular. Oh, but the ones wearing jewels are always the queens, aren't they? In spite of all this woman, I felt that I would never have her. Mayuri, what should I do next? Mayuri. I like the sound of that. I feel like I could stay myself when I'm around you. I wonder why. When she said that, the way she smiled finally made me realize what it was that I felt about her. We're alike. We both understand. We're both drowning in different kinds of loneliness. The next thing I knew, she gently took my hand. Yeah, we may be different kinds, but you and I are indeed the same. Age no longer mattered here. There was only a boy and a girl. No, not even gender mattered anymore. We were mere humans, and we exchanged something that no words could describe. Bend a little, Haruki. I did as told. I felt a cold moist behind my ears. What was that? Perfume, the same kind that I use. Perfume is best when it's only just strong enough to seep into the other person's brain without them even noticing. The devilish scent made me finally understand how I should be. Ever since then, I'd always been using the same perfume. Interesting. Are you still in touch with her? Nah, I got discharged shortly after. And that was that. But I feel like I'll meet her again soon. Sorry for the boring story. Look, they're waiting. Oh, yeah, thanks. Ah! That means that every person was connected to one of the others. We knew that Suo was connected to the doctor guy. But he was connected to Mayuri, which we saw because I played her playthrough, I'm guessing. And that means that the boy who sang for... was the boy who had the song with Minato probably was Tomio. And the guy... what about the other guy for Rio? Oh, was it his dad? Was that Rio's dad? Holy crap, was that Rio's dad? The guy with the glasses? Whoa, wait a minute. Oh my gosh. Holy crap. The fire of the sparklers had already been reduced to nothing but ash. Alright, till next week. It'll be the last time. Let's gather at the church again. The city's moon rained a maniacal light upon us. Our eyes were briefly burned by dazzling stars. The rapid flow of the age was whittling us away. Don't die. Please don't die. When did this begin? Since when had I started closing my eyes so often? Morichika Haruki, Tojo Minato, Kachuki Ryo, Suo Kato. They were all earnestly doing their best to face their own worlds. If you die, what will happen to the futures that would have awaited you? And what will happen to those you leave behind? Most people thought it right to do everything perfectly, and that made us lose something important. It was the intense, brilliant moments of the heart that was above any passing trends. I once again looked up at the cold moon. Oh, how I want them to be happy. It's been a bit of a struggle lately for me about that too. What did it say? There I can... There's a log here. What's in here? Most people thought it right to do everything perfectly, and that made us lose something important. I think I have lost that, because failing so miserably at something I always thought I was good at, assuming I was going to be good at school and that it was going to be a big part of what my future held, and crumbling so spectacularly at it, and feeling like I'd lost an important part of myself when that happened. But maybe I'd lost that part of me a long time ago. Maybe I just don't know what I'm actually supposed to do. Like, I love this channel. It'd be really convenient if this channel was actually going to be the ultimate answer, that this could be my career, but that's pretty naive, really. Not very many people. There are a lot of people who love making YouTube videos who don't make it a career, or can't. But at this point in my life, I am genuinely struggling to figure out what else I can do. It's a big weakness and gap in me, and it's actually something that's been keeping me up. Like, it's kind of funny because I'm literally recording this at 3 in the morning because I couldn't sleep, because I was so stressed out about my own future and what I'm supposed to do with myself, and how much it hurts because I feel like I'm just a failure, you know? And I really am a failure. Like, it's part of life, but I'm trying to figure that out. I've got a lot of good support. I'm really lucky because I have the time and the means to pursue hobbies in the meantime, and, you know, maybe make a run for this year, you know, pushing and making more content than ever before, trying to do something meaningful and purposeful for me. But part of me still hurts inside because of my own illusion of the world, you know? I didn't really think this story was going to be coming back to hit me so hard tonight, but it kind of is. Most people thought it right to do everything perfectly, and that made us lose something important. Yeah. Anyway. After Morishika Haruki told me a story about Mayuri, I asked him, hold on, did all this happen recently? He replied with, no, it happened when I was 16. Unmatched beauty. It was fair to assume that this Mayuri person was the same Nigaki I knew. However, from what I assumed based on his story, that was at a different time than this story I was observing. It was either Nigaki's past or future, and if it happened in the same time frame as when Morishika Haruki was 16, then... No, I'm lost. I need to consult it. I began walking toward the dark door, but immediately froze up. Right, he was gone. I need to do this by myself. I need to keep his and the librarian's words in mind. Holding the gun I had at my side, I scanned my memory as hard as I could. The stories of those people from the Pink House, and the stories of my friends who came to my funeral. I had always believed them to be different perspectives or possibilities, but that wasn't right. They were connected in a different way. Not by space, but time. Suddenly, a flicker went through my vision. Are the two possibilities mixed because of a common term? Blood escaped my nose, but I failed to even notice it. Instead, I continued flipping through the book as my heart rate escalated. At first, I thought that the common point was Mamiya, but what if there's another one? Which part of the setting connected all the stories? Found it. Wait, what part of the setting? What? If it wasn't Mamiya, what connected all of them? I'm trying to think of it, but I can't. Obviously, each of the characters was connected to one of those four. But what else connected them all? Tokyo, during the year in which the world was prophesied to end. Oh, it's like a convergence point. All the lines drawn together. I gulped. This story doesn't state the exact year. The year in which the world was prophesied to end. The 2 years were connected by the key known as Mamiya, creating a mixed story. Knowing just this much is enough to send me several possibilities. Knowing just this much is enough to show me several possibilities. As if to keep me from getting too excited, I heard my senior's voice in my head. In your world, where years are generally connected to which years are generally connected to the apocalypse? Oh my gosh. Wait a minute. That's right. Because throughout history, even in my own memory, there have been multiple prophecies of a world ending. And if that is a through line with which Mamiya and others are connecting to these people, then it's simply a different prophecy. But a shared illusion of the ending of the world. So in my lifetime, 2012, and then there was the prophecy made in like 2010 or something, right? Yeah. The most famous prophecy is the one from Nostradamus, which pointed at the year 1999. As for something more recent, there's the Mayan calendar-based idea that mankind would end in 2012. If this is possible, it has to be these two. My voice echoed through the silence of the room. So wait, the story about these people in the cafe was not from 2012, but from 1999. I stood in place, hanging my head low. There was no one to answer my question. However, I felt like it all made sense now. How could I have been so wrong? When the blood from my nose dripped onto the desk, I snapped back to my senses and quickly wiped my face. I see. So we have 2 dates for the world's end. There's the time axis of Nigaki's group and the time axis of Morishika Haruki's group. And every time I opened the book, there was a 50-50 chance of getting either story. I made my fist with the same hand I used to wipe my face. If the story of the cafe took place in the past, the year 1999, the story from the year 1999. I murmured that as I opened my book. A young man in school uniform sitting by the window suddenly spoke up with the other three looking at him with bored expressions. Why not introduce ourselves? We don't even know each other's names. Oh, introductions. I suppose you're right. The spectacled man slowly spoke up and fixed his posture. The young man found his black eyes dull, then reminded him of puddles. I'm Arisagara Orasuma, Osamu. I work at a children's novelist. I'm Morichika Toma, a student. Whoa, wait. The names. Arisugawa Osamu. Morichika Toma, a student. I'm Samejima Satoru. I'm a police officer. I'm Nigaki Mariri, also a student. Once they all introduced themselves, silence returned to the room. What would you say to some reminiscing? The suggestion came from the tallest man. Reminiscing? About what? What else? Mamiya, of course. I knew it. The story of the people from the Pink House takes place in 1999, years before the story of my friends. I'm slowly getting an understanding of this. The stories so far flashed before my eyes. The events at the Pink House were in the past. Now that I knew that, things that I hadn't understood before suddenly made sense. It explained why the Pink House wasn't there. It answered all the questions I had when listening to their stories while we played with the fireworks. I'd gotten the time all wrong. I took a firmer hold on the book in my hand. That means that this story is a mix of the years 1999 and 2012. Tokyo, during the year in which the world was prophesied to end. That giant knot tied together two stories into a single one. I'd taken a huge step toward the truth, and that filled me with hope. I love this music, by the way. Holy crap, can I get this soundtrack? I wasn't able to grasp the full picture of the story, but now I finally understand. I might be able to set the story true course now. As the story progressed and I talked to Mamiya, the world quickly blacked out and a gust of wind rushed up from below. Huh. On top of the skyscraper, I stood Mamiya Yumihisa. I've been waiting for you to read this far. Mamiya. The wind was strong and it blew right between us. He didn't try to move. I wasn't moving either. There was no need. We were looking only at each other, completely forgetting the lights of the building below. You've made your decision. That's why I want you to watch this. Don't say a word until the end, and watch what path my friends chose. Oh no. I think we're going to stop here because I feel like this is going to be too important for me to try and split somewhere else. But I think I know what's going to end up happening here. Mamiya tried to save these friends, but something happens to them. They hit some kind of tipping point, and they vanish, I'm guessing. Interesting. But not before they were able to kind of pass on their things. But the thing is, we know the Doctor's still around during 2012. So who knows what's going to end up happening here. We'll have to see. But anyway. Wow. This was a fun episode. Very, very engaging. The powerful music. Oh, I need the soundtrack. Whew. I'm going to go and take a big think about this one. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you especially to the patrons. You guys are amazing. They've helped me so much in selecting some of the games titles that have been cropping up and are being chosen for the channel. Currently being chosen, but the election, the Democracy Week is pretty much done by the time this goes live. In fact, if I'm correct, today will be the announcement of the last result, which will be, I think, Tuesday, because Tuesday took a little longer than the others. But yeah, we're going to find out these answers very soon. So thank you so much for participating in Democracy Week if you did. Even if you didn't, thanks for just being on the channel, watching and sharing this. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's fine. It's over. But next year, you can help me pick out content that I set my sights on for 2023 in Democracy Week. That'll happen next January. Anyway, this has been a really exciting episode, and I think we're getting close to the end. Like, I really do think we're getting there, but I have no idea what to expect. So, you know what? I also really don't know what to expect. What are we using the gun for? I'm a little terrified of the answer to that question, but we'll have to just see. Anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much for spending your time on the channel. It means the world to me. Hope you're having a great rest of your day and have a good start to your weekend. And until the next video, watching me up, see you next. I'll see you there.